Hey guys, how you doing? It's Alex coming at you from Southern California. Just wanted to come on and do what hopefully will be a quick video. So I wanted to show 5 records that are percussion driven. That is either led by percussionists themselves, not necessarily jazz, but of any genre, or that are primarily primarily feature percussion instruments or groups of instruments and so on. I know a lot of you guys that watch my channel enjoy this type of music, so I recently reorganized my whole collection, so it was kind of, I can actually find everything a lot easier now, so it was easy to pull. This is something that I've been thinking about doing for a while. So what's playing in the background is a record that I've actually shown before. There's a record I got at Dusty Groove Records in Chicago a few years ago. About percussions, I guess in honor, in part, for Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba. It's a really nice record. The French guy that studied all kinds of different African, South American percussion. Really nicely recorded. Really good record. That's what's playing in the background. I'm going to show another 5. We'll start off with what is kind of a classic in the percussion genre. This is from 1970. Niagara, the debut of what is sort of a percussion supergroup. I think these were Munich-based musicians, led by Carl Weiss, percussionist Carl Weiss, and then we got Coach Blackmon, Juan Romero, Danny Fischl-Slesher. So yeah, this is not too dissimilar from the one that I just showed, the one that's playing. Basically, a bunch of Europe-based musicians, really getting into, African, especially, polyrhythms, and just, an absolutely very intense record. I think they're just 2 side-long pieces. Side 1 is Sangadongo, 19 minutes. Side 2 is called Malanga, almost 21 minutes. This is all pure percussion. Really, really good record. This is an original press on the United label, which of course put out a lot of the progressive German records of that time. Next, I want to show another European supergroup, Family of Percussion. This one is Family of Percussion and Guess. So Family of Percussion was this collective of primarily European players again, led by Swiss-born drummer Peter Giguère, who was quite prolific. So Peter Giguère himself put out a record called Family of Percussion prior to this one, and then this was I think the first one, or maybe second one, is Family of Percussion as a collective here, and then this one features some additional players, including the late great Wolfgang Downer, who just passed away recently, and Helen Skidmore on saxophone. We got Doug Hammond as well. So there's the fellas there. There's Giguère, there's Downer. So this one's got a little bit more variety. It does have some of the more tribal tracks on it. obviously tons of percussion here, but it does also balance that out with some, with the organ playing from Downer and the saxophone from Skidmore. So, some of the tracks have a little bit more of a jazz rock feel to them. A really nice record. I recommend anything from this group. This is on the Nagara label. Next, I have a beautiful record from Bill Lewis and great percussionist Khan Jamal. This is on Philly Jazz. Khan Jamal, mostly known for his work on many more spiritual jazz records from the 1970s. So here we got Bill Lewis on the vibes, Khan Jamal the marimba. It's just the two of them creating these incredible ambient-like, beautifully textured and emotive pieces. Again, this is very much like the cover, and we got side one, the 17-minute track called The River and the Waterfall, and then side two is The Vanishing Man. Sorry, side two is two tracks, The Vanishing Man and Asalim. There's the two gentlemen right there. Don't know a ton about Bill Lewis. Trying to rack my brain if he appears in any other things that I have, but an absolutely beautiful record. This one was a copy that I bought from Tom Minko himself. Really lovely percussion. Not really jazz at all. It really takes you on a journey. And that's on the Philly Jazz label from Philadelphia, of course. And finally, another record that uses marimbas and vibes to great effect. This is Quadji Ensemble with Commotion. I believe this is from 1981. So this is primarily Midori Takada playing the marimbas and the vibes, and also doing some vocals. And then another percussionist, both female Japanese women, Joji Sadanari, also on marimba and vibe. So yeah, this is an incredible percussion record, incredible textures, and she, Takada comes from a classical background, so she very much understands, the sort of the Reich school of more, I would say, academic percussion music, but at the same time, she is quite a student of, native, African and Asian, and of course Japanese percussion, traditional music, and that really brings so much warmth and so much personality to the music. As where Reich is very can be a little bit cold and academic. These guys are as the cover would suggest, a lot more organic. I would say, even though rhythmically they're coming from similar places. So it's a fantastic record. That one was reissued not too long ago too, so it's not too hard to get your hands on. And finally, one of my favorite finds of 2019. So this is Sun Ambient. Um, so this artist, his name is Harry Bertoya. See right there. So he was born in Italy, I think in 1915. Moved to Detroit after the war. Studied metallurgy there and became a brilliant sculptor with different media, including and primarily with steel sculpture. Not just steel, but a lot of different kinds of metals, including brass and copper and so on. And as it tells here in this booklet, and I'll read real briefly, he says, I accidentally struck one rod when I wanted to bend it. The sound echoed in my mind for a very long time. Then it initiated a deliberate gesture in search of understanding what a group of wires could do, and that process is still going on. So, and these are some of the sort of sound sculptures that he created, and that you can see from the cover here that you see these incredible clusters. So it's quite an amazing record. He's basically creating these soundscapes from these percussive soundscapes from his own sculptures that he created. So there's a whole series of these records. I forget how many there are in this Sun Ambient series, sort of private press things. So Sun Ambient, is sort of his private label. There's his signature. I really love that label too. So yeah, if you are at all interested in abstract avant-garde percussion music, this is amazing. And this copy was particularly special because this booklet actually came from an exhibit that he did in Huntington, West Virginia at Marshall University, where I guess a lot of his works are displayed. So this is from the actual exhibition. It's a beautiful booklet. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. It dates back to 1977. And then there's a postcard there from a later exhibition that he did in Denver, Colorado. Doesn't say the year, but so yeah, really, really cool to find those artifacts inside of that record, and really gave a lot of context to the music. I would love to get my hands on more of his stuff. Very curious to kind of dive into that world. So anyway, hope you enjoyed those. I hope this could be kind of a thread. If anybody has any cool percussion records they want to show, feel free to do so. I'd be quite interested in finding out what you guys recommend. So take care, everyone.